Really cool to hear you're like that too.
Oh, dude, for sure. Like even my customary win pose stolen from Randy Orton. So like it's like everyone my age or younger, everyone my age especially, grew up on wrestling. So it's like so it's one of those things. Look how many fighters like are super happy to cross over into wrestling. We all grew up like, I was the Attitude Era, man. So like, you're always like, so many of us, the older guys, we're Attitude Era guys growing up. So there's always going to be that love there. Like, greatest era in wrestling. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. And I mean, you and I were pretty much the same age. And like, for me, I was also the Attitude Era. It was, The
Yeah,
Rock,
right?
Steve Austin. Who were your favorites during the
Sting.
Attitude? Yeah, Sting, WCW too.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, I was a Rock guy. Steve Austin, Sting. Val Venus was the guy I loved.
I wrestled him. I wrestled Val Venus.
You wrestled Val Venus?
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. I love that. I still this day love Val Venus. I make we make random Val Venus jokes. People are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, I don't understand. So, it's just great, man. Like Ultimate Warrior, like there's just that was probably for me the greatest era of wrestling. And I grew up on it. I think most of us did. It's just, it never goes away. It's always near and dear to our hearts, man. I think there's more crossover than people think.
Yeah, well, definitely. And I would say that right now, especially the UFC, they're kind of doing professional wrestling better than the WWE in a lot of those places. They're selling the fights, the promos, in my opinion, much better than in WWE. The action, legit. And I think that there's so many similarities. Even though there are different fan bases, I think that a lot of people that I get to know from the MMA community, fans and fighters, that they all have that thing in common that, wrestling was a big influence on them. That's really, really cool to hear you're like that too.
Oh, dude, for sure. Like even my customary win pose stolen from Randy Orton. So like, there's a lot. I think there's a lot more crossover people want to admit. But even look at the business, man. Dana definitely UFC for a long time definitely had a much bigger WWE influence. And then as time went on, kind of WWE started taking MMA, UFC influence. So it's kind of cool to see how it goes back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. And like, even me in my career, there's so much stuff that like I'm inspired by in UFC, whether it be, on the mic or even poses. I actually kind of stole Kevin Holland's intro pose. I'm man enough to admit it. But hey, you know what? Daniel Bryan also stole the yes from Diego Sanchez. So if he can steal it.
I stole Randy Orton, so it's fine. There's a lot of back and forth there.
Yeah, it's give and take. There's a lot of good fair trade going on.
It's fun, man. There's nothing quite close to you can get to really MMA outside of MMA. It's probably professional wrestling, like just with the personalities and it's like, different styles of fighting. So there's going to be some back and forth.
Yeah.